type of thing. Along with Michelle Smallman, Chris Canty, Evan Coen with you as we approach championship weekend. Of course, the hottest topic over the last 24 hours in the NFL is the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm sorry. What happened? Did you call this yesterday? Didn't you say this?
Me? No, I don't think I did. Did I?
I think you did. So for those, I think you mentioned it quickly. So here's what's happened.
I'll take credit for it. Sure.
Yeah. I don't even know if I can do this justice. So I'm going to try. Correct me with anything I'm wrong with here. 18 days ago, Doug Peterson gets fired by the Jaguars.
Yes.
Right? They wait to do a coaching search led by their general manager, Trent Baalke. He does the coaching search. Nobody wants the job. So much so that Buccaneers offensive coordinator Liam Coen 2 days ago was like, I'm out. I don't even want to interview anymore. They then fired Trent Baalke. They then tried to rehire Liam Coen. He had committed a 3-year deal to the Tampa Bay Bucs to make him the highest paid reportedly coordinator in the league. Then yesterday, there's all these rumors of this happening. The Bucs are trying to get him on the phone. They can't find him. Now,
because he hasn't signed the deal yet.
Because he hasn't signed the deal yet, they can't find him, and Schefter's reporting he's going to be the coach of the Jaguars. What?
Yep.
What happened?
What a difference a day made. Well, you knew what happened. They fired Trent Baalke, and that made the job that much more attractive, and Liam Coen decided to take them up on the offer that Shad Khan made, which apparently is one he couldn't refuse, right? Mm-hmm. We're getting the reports that he's going to have influence over who the general manager is going to be. He's going to get Ben Johnson money. When you put all of those things on the table, and then, oh, by the way, I have a young 20-something quarterback that was the first overall pick in the draft that has immense physical talent, that's won the division, that's won a playoff game. It feels like it has a lot of the elements that you need in order to be a successful head coach in the NFL. So I completely get why Liam Coen made the about face. I just don't understand why it took the Jaguars this long to do the right thing.
Yes, they kind of surprisingly was able to salvage this based on everything that we talked about yesterday and how they fired Doug Peterson but hang on to Trent Baalke, knowing that probably would prohibit them from getting certain candidates in their pool to fill that head coaching vacancy, because it didn't seem like an attractive option to have him be somebody that you're going to have to collaborate with, have him construct this team and have power over you if you're the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. What I can't understand is how he says, nah, I'm good. I'm going to walk away from this. I'm going to withdraw my name. Then he leverages this with the Tampa Bay Bucs to get a new extension. But before he signs it, in the cloak of darkness, he sneaks back to the Jags and he can't get in touch, or the Bucs can't get in touch with him. That's what's crazy to me, is that you can't even tell your current employer / the employer that's trying to hire you again for a longer period of time, give them the heads up before all of this goes down. So the Jags look a little better today, being able to salvage the situation, because they should have made this move a while ago. And it seems like it was very erratic how it all came together, but they ended up getting their top choice, their top candidate. But I don't know how I feel about Liam Coen in the wake of all of this, the way that he did the Tampa Bay Bucs.
Really?
The fact that he said, okay, yeah, I'm going to sign this, a new extension. I withdrew my name. And then they can't get a hold of him while he's with Jacksonville. How would you feel if you were a member of the Tampa Bay Bucs, if you were somebody that had offered that to him?
I would be upset, but I'd also recognize that my arm ain't strong enough not to contend with the kind of money that Shad Khan is throwing around. And let me tell you something, when a billionaire realizes they've made a mistake, they won't stop at anything to spin their way out of it. And that's exactly what happened. So if you're the Bucs, you can't make him the head coach. You can't pay him what Jacksonville is willing to pay him. So I get that you might be a little bit salty, but them be the breaks, man. This is an opportunity to be a head coach. It's one of 32. So I get why people look at it like it's super sus. And maybe it might be to some degree, but I also recognize that these opportunities are rare. And if you're Liam Coen, you got to strike while the iron is hot. And there was not going to be a situation where he was going to have more leverage when it comes to being a head coaching candidate. It just wasn't. Like, the offer that the Jacksonville Jaguars made him is reflective of how they feel about the remaining candidate pool. And if you're Liam Coen, you are well within your rights to take full advantage of that.
So I'm uncomfortable with all of this, I got to be honest. I'm kind of with Smalls on this, but it's more logical that Smalls and I would feel this way than you would feel this way, simply because we haven't been in NFL-type negotiations where these kinds of things happen. You know what I mean? Like, where where you've probably gone to free agent visits knowing, all right, well, if I don't get $10, I got another guy on line 2, and I got a plane ready for they're going to send me to bring me there. Like, we're not. I think average everyday person is not used to that as much as NFL or professional athlete would be.
Yeah, plus there's the extra layer that makes this a little bit different than the everyday job. Whereas if you show up to work and you don't do anything nefarious, but you don't produce at the level that your boss wants you to, they're going to fire your ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
There is no process. There is no warning. There is no go down the hall and talk to HR.
Right.
Strike on your record.
Let's put you on a program to get you back up to expectation. No, there is none of that.
Right.
There is, dog, turning your key card. We'll box your stuff up. We'll box your office up. You can pick your stuff up at the loading dock at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Yep.
That's how it goes down.
Yeah.
For players and coaches.
So you got to look out for yourself.
So you got to look out for yourself. I'm not mad at Liam Coen for doing something that's in the best interest of his family. And based on the reports on what they're about to pay this dude, I mean, you're talking about set for life type of money. I can't be mad at that.
No, and that part is understood. I don't feel, for me personally, and I'm not saying he lied or accusing him of lying. I'm saying the perception out there is that the communication may have not been as transparent with the Bucs as the Bucs would have liked it to have been. And for me personally, someone's ability to lie is a red flag for me. It doesn't mean I can't get over it. And I'm not accusing him of lying. We need to know more details of what happened yesterday.
I heard that there have been some reports that there was some communication with Todd Bowles. There was communication with Todd Bowles that he was reconsidering an offer from the Jacksonville Jaguars. So there was, I believe, a phone call in the afternoon.
Well, that's communication.
In the afternoon where everybody expected that he was going to become one of the highest paid coordinators around the league.
I would like to know the timing of that. Is that Schefter reports it, and then Liam Cohen's like, "Oh crap, they know I'm here," and he calls Todd Bowles. Yeah. But here's the.
It may well have been. It might have went down like that. Listen. I'm not saying this is not shady. Don't get me wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
What I'm saying is this man has got to look out for himself and his family's best interests. And you can't pass up on these opportunities. And by virtue of Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn and Mike Vrabel coming off the board, he had more leverage than he probably would have had at the start of this hiring cycle. And he took full advantage of it. He parlayed it into a massive contract and a massive amount of influence within the organization.
I was just going to say that, too. It's not even just the money. Now he can run this the way he wants to run
doubt.
it. He got the autonomy that he was looking for, which is maybe not as important as the money. I don't know what he places more value on, but both of those things I can see tipping the scales in the favor to go to Jacksonville.
Here's the one thing, though, that you said, Smalls, that I do disagree with. I agree with the idea of the uncomfortableness around this. CC gave great background and context, right? The one thing I disagree with, you said they got their first choice. I don't believe that for 1 second. I believe their first choice was Ben Johnson, and they screwed this whole thing up. What they gave him is the Ben Johnson offer. What Ben Johnson wanted, I bet you, is this. I bet you he would have taken this over the Bears job. Because think about this. They're